We can see it in our mind's eye. We can see it coming to pass. We can envision it. Hi. Hello. Today is day 24. Yeah. So wow, day 24. So today we're going to be talking about the power of imagination. Yes, the power of imagination. Yesterday we talked about the power of the mind, and it was mind-blowing. If you've not watched that video, I'll link it in the description box. Go and watch it after this and let us have your thoughts. We usually want to have your thoughts and learn from each other. So we're talking about the power of imagination because yesterday when we talked about the power of the mind, I started thinking, we talked about our thoughts and how it leads to our actions and all of that. And I was just thinking that about imagination. I was thinking that imagination is like our thoughts converted into image. It's like an imagery of our thoughts, right? It's like taking a picture of your thoughts and bringing it to life. That's the way I was thinking about imagination. I don't know how you've thought about what imagination is. Let me know in the comment section if you have any other thoughts. It's like bringing our thoughts into a picture form. Is a mental connotation or a mental imagery of the things we are thinking about. So imaginations are very powerful because you could bring something maybe from the past, something that is existing already, and tweak it in your imagination and form a new thing, a new reality. Or most of the time, even imagination is forming something that has not ever even been in reality, a concept or an idea or something that just comes out of your thoughts and you begin to picture it. And that's your imagination, is being able to see that thing in your mind's eye, even though the thing does not even exist. Something that does not exist physically, that you can't touch, but you can see it in your mind's eye, you can picture it. That is imagination. And imagination is so powerful because even the Bible tells us, God said that I'm able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ever think or imagine. So even God attests to the fact that our imagination exists and it should be used. It should be put to use. It should be put to use. So I was just thinking about this topic of imagination. I'm looking at it like, it's like daydreaming, really, because every human being has the capacity to daydream, right? I mean, I'm sure we've all done it before, especially when we were kids, and you dreamed that you were a princess, you lived in a castle and all of that. And yeah, we all have that capability. All human beings have that capability to dream, to imagine, to fantasize, to daydream. And that's the power of imagination. And the unfortunate thing is that most of us just leave it in our childhood and we don't dream again, we don't imagine anything again because we're like, that's so childish. But the power of daydreaming, even though it's random, it's most of the time unrealistic fantasies, but that is a powerful thing. As adults, I'm sure we still all daydream. I do. I don't know about you. We still all daydream one way or the other, but when we use that power of daydreaming and we channel it intentionally into an imagery, then that is imagination. And this imagination is so powerful that it can serve us in every area of our lives. In fact, imagination is one of the things that leads to creativity, because I was thinking about, there's no thought, no invention, no breakthrough. Every breakthrough, every knowledge, every artistic work, every skyscraper, every machinery that does great things, every breakthrough in science, medicine, and every field started with somebody's imagination. It started with a thought and an imagination in the heart of a man. It started with a what if that was fleshed out, a what if that was thought about and brought into a picture form. So everything starts from imagination, and imagination is so powerful in creativity. So I just want us to think about it today, that we need to use our imagination in every area of our lives. And another thing that I think we can use imagination for is planning and in decision making and in goal setting, right? Because if we use our imaginations to plan, we can think of different scenarios, in our heads of how things can be done. Look at the best case scenario, worst case scenarios, jumble thoughts in our hearts, see it in our mind's eye, and that we're able to plan, we're able to set goals, we're able to solve problems with that. And also another thing that I see imagination being so powerful in doing is in envisioning our future. Seeing ourselves where we want to be, like seeing ourselves living our best lives, doing the things that we want to do. So it's only through the power of imagination that we can see that future, see things that, though they are not reality at this time, but we can see it in our mind's eye, we can see it coming to pass, we can envision it. And that's the power of imagination. And I know that a lot of times when we think about these things, we ask ourselves, if I imagine something, can it even come to pass? So what's the point of imagining? Imagine anyway. Because I believe that when we imagine things and we use the power of our imagination, it sets us on the track of achieving that thing. Have you ever heard this saying that if you can see it, you can have it? If you can imagine it, you can achieve it? Yes. When we imagine things and we use our power of imagination to see things, it kind of sets us on the course of bringing that things to pass. It kind of empowers us and strengthens us to be able to achieve that thing because we can see it already, And a lot of times, imagination can be either positive or negative. In as much as we use the power of imagination to think of great things, powerful things, mighty things, it can be on the flip side as well, where we begin to use our imaginations to see only fear, obstacles, and evil things, and things like that. So imagination can be used in either ways, both positively, right, and also negatively. So I just want to encourage us today that we should use our imagination not only in a negative way, which, to be honest, most of us are more probably keen to do that, to imagine the worst case scenario, and look at imagine how nothing is going to work. Instead of doing that, let's use our imagination in the flip side, in the positive way. Let's use our imaginations to bring that what if into flesh, right? To bring that imagery in our minds, that great imagery, into a magnanimous dream. To bring that reasoning in our minds into reality, right? That great reasoning that we have into reality. So I want to encourage us today. I don't know what creative juices has been flowing through you, which you have just put on the back burner, or those creative ideas that you can imagine that will make history, right? Because somebody thought of things, even this gadget I'm using to film right now, somebody thought of it in their mind. It wasn't a reality, it was an imagination in somebody's mind, and then it came to pass. So what is that great invention that is in your mind that is still there, festering? I want to encourage you, bring it to life through the power of imagination. Is there any great plan, great goal that you have in your mind that is just there, dormant? Bring it alive through the power of your imagination. And is there a future that you've been envisaging for yourself? Something that you want to be, that business you want to start, Bring it out of your imagination. Begin to imagine yourself getting out of that couch, doing what you've always wanted to do. Begin to imagine yourself starting that business. Begin to imagine yourself getting that dream job. Begin to imagine yourself doing that project that's going to affect thousands of lives. Begin to imagine yourself stepping into that best life that you've always dreamed of. Begin to imagine yourself. Use your power of imagination. Don't let it be dormant. Begin to imagine yourself living your best life in the future, doing what you've always wanted to do, being what you've always wanted to be, living as you've always wanted to live. Begin to see yourself transcending above mediocrity and getting into that level of power and strength and just living. Begin to imagine yourself doing all that, because imagination is really, really, really powerful. And I just want to encourage us today, as I'm also encouraging myself, as usual, as I always say, as I'm encouraging you, I'm encouraging myself as well. Let's use the power of imagination to make our lives better. And those are my thoughts for us today. And if you have any other thoughts that you want to share with us about this powerful tool that God has given us, our minds and our imaginative power, then please do share with us in the comment section. We are always happy to hear from you. So today they said it's going to rain in the next 1 hour. So I'm like, yeah, it's going to rain. I'm still going to walk. It's not raining yet though. So I'm going to continue my walk, and I'll see you when I'm done. We have a duck crossing the road, or ducks. It's not raining yet. Yeah, back. So that was fun. It's a bit hot today. So today we've talked about the power of imagination, and I want to believe that our imagination will not just be stuck in the realm of dreams, but will be catapulted to the realm of action, right? Because if our imagination just stays in the realm of fantasies and dreams, then it's not going to bring out creativity in us. But I believe that from now on, once we can imagine it, we can have it, we can see it, we can achieve it. So this year, our goals, our dreams, our desires, let's actualize it with the power of imagination. So I would just want to encourage you again, if you've not joined the challenge, join. It's not too late to start. And yeah, I'm going to see us tomorrow.